Hey everyone, you ever get that feeling like your AI assistant, the one that's supposed to help you code, it's like it's stuck in a phone booth?
Felt in a phone booth.
Yeah, like it's got all this potential, but it can only see like one line of code at a time.
I see it's missing the bigger picture.
Exactly. And that's what we're tackling today with this deep dive into Codebase Context Specification, CCS for short. We've got a super interesting article here from Agentic Insights, their Substack. Plus, we're digging into the official GitHub repo, even got the spec itself pulled up.
And it's all about giving those AI tools a serious upgrade in the understanding department.
Because right now, it's like trying to bake a cake with only half the ingredients, right? You might get something vaguely cake-shaped, but...
But it's not going to win any awards.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it won't really do what you need it to.
So no delicious cake.
No delicious, well-structured, maintainable code, to stretch the metaphor a bit.
Okay, I'm on board with avoiding a coding catastrophe. So what is this CCS thing? Is it like some whole new coding language we got to learn?
You can breathe easy. It's not another language to add to your stack. It's more about giving your existing code a little extra love in the documentation department.
Documentation, but for the AI.
Exactly. We're talking about structured context. And the beauty of it, you're not limited to some rigid format. Markdown, YAML, JSON, whatever floats your boat.
So it's like human readable, but also something the AI can actually digest.
You got it. It's like giving your AI a user manual, but one that you don't mind reading yourself,
And this user manual, it lives right in your project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like you've got your .in files, your editor config, you'll have these CCS files hanging out. .context.md, .context.yaml, that sort of thing. Keeps things tidy.
And what kind of stuff are we actually putting in these files?
It can get as granular as you need it to.
Huh?
Got a project where you're using a library in a non-standard way? CCS to the rescue.
Oh, that's clever. So it's not just what the code does, it's the why behind it.
And you're getting it. Those little gotchas that would trip up a new developer for weeks, you can spell them out for your AI buddy right from the get-go.
I like it. Less time onboarding the AI, more time actually getting stuff done. So the AI is like, okay, I get it. You're using this tool a little differently here. Got it.
Precisely. And because of that understanding, it can start giving you suggestions that are actually helpful, right? Not just syntactically correct, but aligned with your project's style, its conventions, the whole shebang.
So it's like, instead of just being a code monkey, it's more of a like coding buddy.
I like that. Yeah, coding buddy who's read all the documentation and knows all the inside jokes.
That's a good buddy to have. But okay, let's say I'm trying something totally new, right? Like a brand new module, and I don't necessarily want my AI buddy chiming in with opinions just yet.
Yeah, you need a little space to experiment.
Exactly. Can I tell it to like ignore certain parts of the code base so it's not getting confused or trying to like autocomplete based on something that's totally in flux?
100%. And the spec even accounts for that.
Yeah.
You've got .const to ignore.
Yes.
It's like elegant, right? Tell it what to ignore, and it won't try to be a know-it-all in those areas.
So it's learning, but it's learning with boundaries. I can respect that. It's not taking over the project.
Exactly. And this brings up a whole other cool thing about CCS, this idea of bringing in outside knowledge.
Oh, tell me more.
So right now, a lot of these AI tools, they're limited to what's in the project itself.
Yeah.
But what if?
What if they could like read Stack Overflow or like documentation for libraries that are used in the project but not directly,
You're reading my mind. That's where this thing called .context docs comes in. You basically give your AI a library card.
Okay, that is cool. So it can go do its own research, but it's doing it with the understanding of our code base in mind.
Exactly. So it's not just spitting out generic solutions. It's finding stuff that's actually relevant and applicable to what you're doing.
It's like having an intern who actually knows what they're doing.
The best kind of intern.
Yeah.
And this is still early days, right? But imagine the possibilities. You could have AI that's not just writing code, but it's finding solutions, it's proposing different architectures.
It's basically becoming a full-fledged member of the team.
Right. And that's why I find this whole CCS thing so fascinating. It's not just a technical thing. It's changing the way we think about how humans and AI can work together.
It's like, instead of the AI being a tool, it's becoming a collaborator.
Exactly. And a much more effective one because it finally understands what we're trying to achieve.
And it's not just the coding itself, right? I mean, think about all the other stuff that goes into building software. Documentation, testing, debugging.
Oh, absolutely. Stuff that can feel like a slog even with the best tools.
Exactly. But imagine if your AI buddy could take on some of that. And I don't mean just like basic automation. I mean, really understanding what needs to be done and doing it in a way that fits with how your team works.
It's like having, I don't know, a whole team of junior devs who are eager to learn and actually do a good job.
The dream. And because of CCS, because the AI gets the context, you can actually trust it to do those things well.
Right. It's not just blindly following some script. It's making decisions based on an actual understanding of the code base and the
Yeah.
project goals.
It's wild. It's like we've been talking about AI changing the game for so long, and with this CCS thing, it feels like it's actually happening.
It really does. And one thing that I find really intriguing is how CCS might go even beyond code itself in the future.
Oh, like what do you mean?
Well, think about all the other information that's relevant to a software project. Design docs, user feedback, even stuff like business requirements. What if we could use CCS to bring that into the fold too?
So instead of just understanding the code, the AI understands the whole picture. Like, why are we even building this thing in the first place?
Yeah. It could revolutionize how we approach things like user experience design or even project management. It's a whole new world of possibilities.
My mind is officially blown. So where do people go to learn more about this? Because I have a feeling they're going to want to like dive in after this.
Yeah, definitely check out that Agentic Insights article. It's a great starting point. And the GitHub repo is super active, lots of good discussions happening over there. We'll link to all that in the show notes.
Awesome. So to wrap things up, it seems like this code-based context specification, CCS, it's not just a cool new tool. It's like a fundamental shift in how we think about AI and software development.
Totally. It's about moving beyond the hype and actually realizing the potential of AI to help us build amazing things.
Love it. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of CCS. Huge thanks to you for breaking it all down for us.
My pleasure. Always happy to geek out about the future of coding.
And to everyone listening, keep on coding, and we'll catch you in the next episode.